WMNH Rip the Knob Off.
You are listening to WMNH
95.3.
World premiere.
Oh, that is so good. That is Braggadocio, and the band is Trawl, and we've got Trawl here with us live in studio. This is Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious, very rainy and wet Manchester, New Hampshire, if you are listening live on Saturday, May 10, 2025. And so happy to have you with us. That is the world radio premiere of that track, by the way. That has not been heard on the radio prior to today. So we do love the world radio premieres, and we've got the members of Trawl, all four guys, are here with us live in studio. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Let's do this. Let's start with you, sir. We'll go around the room and tell us who you are and what you do in the band.
I am Sean. I am the singer of, well, I make mouth noises. Let me get that right. I make mouth noises for Trawl.
All right. Welcome, Sean.
I'm Adam. I hit things.
Adam, you hit things. Okay.
Justin, I play guitar.
Justin, you play guitar. Very good.
Seth, I play the big guitar, or also known as the bass.
The bass, yes, yes. Well, welcome. By the way, I did enjoy, we were talking off air, I really like that bass solo there, and Braggadocio. That's really good.
Thank
That's
you
really
so
good.
much. That was so fun to do.
I feel like
As I was
every band
saying-
has to have a bass solo song.
Well, actually, a lot of bands would disagree with that, but I'm all for it.
Anytime I can sneak one in there, I'm always psyched.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. And by the way, so I appreciate you guys traveling too. You know, we have a lot of artists on the show from various parts. We just talked to Awaiting Abigail from Texas, of course, and they Skyped in, or what we're using in place of Skype now, because Skype has apparently gone away. But usually, you know, when people are joining us live in studio, they're usually, you know, maybe within an hour max. But you guys drove all the way down from Portland on a rainy Saturday morning, so really appreciate that you're here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Our pleasure.
And of course, our friend Nathan Hill, he's in the chat room. He was he drove a long way too to get here. He was on the show recently, and so I think he's the one who actually connected us with you guys, who connected Jenny.
Yes.
But we've been aware of you for a long time. I certainly have. In fact, Jay Bello from Chasing the Devil, he had said something about you guys in the chat room, I think, a couple weeks ago, and he might be listening.
cool.
Hi, Jay. And he said, because I think did they play a show with you?
Yeah, we
recently?
played with them.
That was the
Last
Non-Point
summer.
show.
Yeah, non-point
last
with
summer.
Chasing the Devils
Last
summer.
July
Yeah.
at Wally's. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Great dudes. Love Chasing the Devil. Would love to get, hooked up with them again, because they put on a hell of a show. So
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, they're incredible, and I've known Jay forever, since back in his Purge DI days. Yeah, long time. But yeah, so I've been. Forgive me, my allergies have been out of control, and then I hope the rain washes away the pollen, but it doesn't seem to work that way. So if I cough a couple times, that's why. I'm sorry. I'm not sick. I'm just it's a rough spring. But yeah, so I've been aware of you guys for a while. I've seen you live. I can't remember where. Might have been a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
Have you played?
A few years ago, we've played a couple of places in Manchester. We've played at Jewel, right up the street.
That's where it was.
Here. Okay, yeah.
I remember
played
now.
Jewel, and then last time we were down here, we played at the Goat.
We played
with
the Goat.
Blackstone Cherry. It was a
Yeah.
little mini run we did for. We had our CD release, and then we played 2 shows back to back with Blackstone Cherry. One was in the Goat down here, and then we went to Wally's in Hampton Beach to,
Oh, very cool.
finish that out. So
Yeah. I remember seeing you guys at Jewel. That's the show I was at, and we were just very impressed. But you've been around for a while, right? Trawl's been around for at least 5 or 6 years, right?
Yeah, we started in about I think June of 2018. So it's been next month will be 7 years for Trawl. So
Okay.
yeah,
Same lineup, or has that changed over the years?
it has
changed.
changed a little.
Yeah.
Sean and I have been in the entire time, and we've known Adam and Justin for a very long time, and they've been friends and fellow musicians. And Adam and I were in a band together for a long time, but Justin on guitar came in almost 5 years ago. And then Adam came in 3 years ago. So we've been the same lineup for 3 years, and I really feel like we've, in my opinion, kind of hit our stride with the line. I feel like this is the lineup.
Yeah. In terms of your live shows, does any of the early material survive? Has that carried forth? Or?
Oh yeah.
yeah. We play a lot of, everything that we've written. We pretty much play.
Okay.
Kind of in a rotation, depending on, where we are, who we're playing with. We try to cater to the set, who's there. If it's heavier, we might tend to push ourselves a little bit in the heavier direction. But we play pretty much everything. I think there's 2 songs that we just kind of retired based on we wrote them and we liked them, and then it's like, kind of outgrew it. It's just not. It doesn't hit the way it hit when we wrote it. So.
Yeah. I'm always curious because I've been in bands where sometimes if there's a change in members, there's sometimes there might be somebody in the band who's like, that's from before, we shouldn't do that, which I would always fight against, because I was always like, I was in a band called My Life Crisis, which went through a lot of different permutations through the years, and I was always like, well, I know these songs are from an old lineup, but still, these are songs that we made. I mean, we made this music; it's our music.
A good song is a good song.
Exactly.
If it's worth it, then play it.
Exactly. And it's heartbreaking to have to retire something just because, like if you've got one guy in the band who's like, I don't want to play that anymore because, that's tied to a previous lineup. And it's like, oh, come on, man.
I've done that a few times, and it's like, if the guy who left actually wrote the song, like that was his baby, I
Yeah.
can kind of understand it.
Yeah. I can kind of understand, although that ended up in the band I was talking about that I was in, that did become a big point of contention. It all worked out in the end, but yeah.
Yeah, and we kind of like let the people tell us what they want to hear too, because like a lot of times we'll reach out and say, hey, what do you want to see this weekend? And some of our older songs, people want to see live. So we actually close with Karcharadon, and it's like it was one of the first songs we ever wrote, and it's literally been our closer for like our
For the
entire
entirety
run.
of the,
So,
the band. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was the first song we recorded and put out, and honestly, like when we got it going, it was just hey, we got to have something to show what we're doing. Like we are playing shows, but Karcharadon was the first one we recorded, and Seth sold like a bunch of comic books to help pay for it and stuff like that. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it was funny because the conversation we had, the song's about a shark from the point of view of a shark.
Yeah.
And Seth sold a Batman comic book that had a
Yeah.
shark on the cover
Oh,
of
no
it. And
kidding.
we were
Also,
laughing about it. It was like
Batman
Kismet.
251.
There it is.
Batman fights a shark.
Yeah.
It's the one with Joker on the cover with the actual playing card.
Really?
And it's a iconic cover. And I ended up parting ways with it to get the money to go record that song.
Yeah.
And, but I don't regret it. And I'll buy it back someday. So.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You can always
That
get
was
it back
the
later.
First
in
one we
theory.
recorded, and it's been our closer ever since, just because we feel like it's just a fun song. It always is a good time. And people, when we first played it, I remember the faces. People were like, okay, they were getting into all the stuff we'd done, and this song came on, and they weren't anticipating what would happen towards the end of it, and they were like, what just occurred was not in my purview of what was going on this entire set. And so it's just been one of those fun surprises. If you've never seen us and you come see us and you hear that song, you're like, what was that?
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Is it being a band from Portland, is it this might be a strange question, I don't know. Is it hard to stand out there when you're first starting to build a following? Because people say this about Boston, like if you're a Boston band, there's so many Boston bands, it's hard to stand out, and like up here it's a little easier. But Portland, for as long as I can remember, has always had a pretty incredible music scene too. Seems like there's a lot of really good bands in Portland. I mean, is it competitive? Like I used to do a lot in Portland. I used to promote shows and stuff when I was more into that part of the business, but I've been kind of disengaged from Portland as a city for a long time. So I don't really know like what the vibe is there now.
Yeah, I'd say it is tough to stand out. I think it's just about kind of finding your other peers, your other bands that like you fit well with.
Yeah.
And kind of trying to create critical mass with like 2 or 3 bands that like everyone will come out and see, and the audience makes sense, which has been a rotating cast over the years because a lot of bands, fall off and break up, and new bands are always popping up. So we're always trying to find new bands to play with that are exciting to us, that we like their sound. But Portland in general is tough because you got a lot of tourism, and you kind of got this whole upper end rising up with all the luxury condos and whatnot, and so you've got kind of 2 Portlands. You got the sort of the tourist and sort of higher priced end, and then you've got your bars and clubs and sort of the local scene end, and there's a lot of clubs that don't cater to rock and metal.
Yep.
And there's a few that do, and those are always a moving target. And it's been tough through the pandemic. Like some of them didn't survive, and so we're always trying to like take the pulse of like, okay, what's happening now? Where should we be playing now? What places should we be looking to play if we haven't yet? And so I think it's literally changes probably every 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Like, and I don't think it used to move that quickly. Things seem to stay the same for every couple of years, but now things move so quickly. But yeah,
That's interesting. Yeah.
I call it the snow globe effect. And I grew up in Mass and played in bands from Boston.
Yeah.
And it's like every couple of years you just kind of shake up the snow globe and put it back down. And this guy's moved over here and this guy's moved over here. This guy retired and left, but this dude came out of nowhere and now he took his spot.
Yeah.
So it's still the same core group of people. You've just kind of shaken it up a little bit.
Yeah. That makes sense. Are there bands that because it does happen organically, are there other bands in Portland that you play a lot of shows with that you've kind of sort of teamed up with? Maybe just, like I said, sometimes it just kind of happens,
I think it's cyclical. It's
it really
kind
is
of go in
cyclical.
like rotation, like 6 months and you just kind of latch on.
Yeah.
And it's like Seth was saying, a lot of bands, unfortunately, they retire. They're done playing, and that's kind of crappy. We like some of the bands we really like. They just decided it wasn't in them anymore. They didn't have the drive, so they kind of just laid it to rest. And it's like, well, that stinks. We really liked playing with you guys. And they're like, yeah, well, we got other projects coming out. And it's like, well, let us know. We'd love to connect with you and do it again. And
Yeah.
it's always a matter of if those people are coming back into the scene or if they did lay it to rest and they're moving on. So
Yeah.
it's hard. It is very competitive up there, but a big thing for us is we just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And if you're having fun, you're doing it right.
Yep.
If you're not having fun, you screwed up somewhere and
Yep.
you need to fix that.
yeah, absolutely.
And we also play in New Hampshire quite a lot. Like,
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
actually, I'd say we probably play in New Hampshire half the time.
Oh.
Like
I think
probably
we're a little more than half the time.
Yeah,
now. We've got
often enough where we could like apply for residency and like save some money on taxes or something. But
Right.
The next two shows are actually in New Hampshire.
Oh, they are, yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
So we should mention those, yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Friday. So less than 2 weeks away. Friday, May 23rd. We're at the Stone Church in Newmarket.
Excellent.
And then our next show after that is Sunday, June 22nd. We're playing Seacoast Metal Fest at the Garage at the Governor's Inn in Rochester,
Okay.
New Hampshire. So those are our next two shows.
Okay.
And then we're actually playing in Manchester way later this year. It's on the books. It's been floated out there, but not like it's public, but they're not pushing it yet.
Yeah.
It's Friday, November 7th at the Shaskeen with Polka Dot Cadaver.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
That'll be a cool show. Yeah.
I don't know Polka Dot Cadaver, but that's a cool
Oh,
name.
you're missing out.
I'm very intrigued just from the name. Yeah.
They're a crazy band. They are from kind of in Baltimore / Maine. They've got members kind of in both places.
Oh, wow.
But they're
Florida.
In Florida, yeah.
kind of
They-
derived from the members of Dog Fashion Disco, who were a band from
late
about
90s,
20,
early
25 years.
2000s.
From Baltimore. I
Yes.
remember them.
Yeah,
I
so-
saw them in Boston. Wow.
Yeah.
A long
All-
time ago. Oh my
yeah.
God.
All
Yeah.
the same guys in both bands. They
Really?
actually play songs from both. So
Yeah.
No kidding.
we're excited to do. We're doing a 2-show run with them in November this
Yeah,
year. So we're
Todd and
excited.
Jason are just absolutely amazing dudes to
Oh,
work
wow.
with, and we love, hanging out with them and being able to do this. And last year we were gonna play down here, but
Yeah.
somebody in the band caught the plague,
Oh.
and we
yeah.
had to kill off 2 shows just because
Still sad
Seth
about
was
it.
sick, and
Yeah.
it happens. And
Yeah.
honestly, they were really nice and said, "Hey, let's do this again. We don't care. You guys get sick. And
Yeah.
it was actually, didn't you go down and cover?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
So his
other
band
band played instead.
Oh, okay.
took over for one of our
cool.
spots, but it was really cool, and they were super nice to be like, "Hey, let's do it again. We're really excited about playing with you guys." And
Yeah.
we were like, "Absolutely," because Seth and I have been listening to the Dog Fashion / Polka Dot for
forever. Yeah, since high
25
school.
years now,
Yeah.
almost 30
Yeah.
years, however long they've been a band. So
Yeah.
Talking about bands with longevity from Maine, though, Adam's band Loki has been around for 25 years.
Wow.
And in some form or fashion.
I've only been in it for like 18.
Yeah.
but,
And,
Oh, is that all?
and we
just
were
18, yeah.
we were in that band together for 7 years.
Oh.
So that's where Adam and I know each other from. So we collectively have a decade of
Wow.
rhythm section jamming. So,
So it's
Yeah.
funny that the band Loki comes up because before either of these guys were involved, I was roommates with the drummer for a while and was actually the roadie for Loki for a couple years. And then I moved out with my current wife and, stopped doing roadie work for them. But then these guys came in, and it's funny because Justin and I, about the same time that these guys started with Loki, him and I had a band together forever ago, and it was interesting.
yeah, and actually Adam and I met Justin because Loki played with one of his former bands. Probably 20.
I think that was like
2008
08 or something like
yeah,
that.
I'm gonna say 08. Yeah,
We're old,
Wow.
is what we're saying.
So,
Yeah. I'm feeling it anyway.
Are you?
I turned 46 last week.
Yeah.
You don't look a day under 50.
Bunch of whippersnappers.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. By the way, so where does the name come from? Trawl. What does that mean?
so Trawl is something that I just I searched for a long time for. I love one word band names.
Yeah.
Rush, Tool, Primus,
Clutch.
Clutch, bands like that. And it's so hard to find a one-word band name that just hits. It has one syllable, and I liked trawl. It also means like with a trawling net, you're dragging behind a boat. It's like like picking up the sea life and all that, but it also means to trawl through something, to search through something.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool because, you can kind of apply the meaning to search to anything, whether you're looking for, just like, friendship or like, a good time, or like searching for meaning in something. Like you can kind of apply that to just about anything. So I thought it was a cool name, and it stuck.
Yeah, totally. It's funny. So I didn't know what trawl meant, but then when you explain it, I don't know. Maybe in the back of my mind I did know, maybe subconsciously, because when you said it had something to do with boating and
like a
dragging.
trawler net.
Yeah, for some reason that I was like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. No, very cool. And what about the logo? Was that you?
That was me too. Yeah.
I like the logo.
99% of our stuff, like art wise, is Seth.
Okay.
Seth is a mad genius when it comes to the artwork and setting things up. So like the CD designs, he doesn't do the cover art. That's somebody, we have a couple different people we've used for that. But
Okay.
I mean, any T-shirt you see is Seth. The original logo of the shark with the triangle is Seth. I mean, Seth is a mad genius when it comes to art, and that's kind of our blessing.
he's okay.
All the base
I'm all
heads.
right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And the things that I know I can't do, I love to find other artists. I'm always out there on like Instagram looking for other artists I like. If there's something I'm trying to accomplish, I'll commission somebody else.
Yeah.
A lot of the covers of our EPs were commissioned. Actually, the guy who did our previous one was a Tool poster artist. He's done the one for Cosmic Aquatic was actually done by a Tool poster artist named George Malonis out of Greece.
Oh, wow.
Really cool. So, and we've had people from all over. Actually, our latest EP, Tempest, the cover was painted. It's actually an oil painting that was done by a lady named Colleen Woodward right here in New Hampshire.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so it was actually hand painted, and then I had it scanned and archived at a place so that we could make it into the album cover. But
Oh, wow.
And we did buy the painting too to support local artists too.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome.
Because it's
Anyway.
awesome. It's a great portrait, and we love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that challenging when you're talking to somebody about artwork? Like, because you got to be able to communicate to them what you have in mind. I mean, is there some trial and error? Like if you're working with someone you've never worked before, like an artist you've never worked with before, but you're interested in having them do something, is it challenging to get them to kind of come up with something that matches the vision that you have?
Sometimes, but I try to like meticulously look for an artist that I just love their style.
Yeah.
And I know that whatever they do, I've always found, if you let an artist do what they're best at, it's gonna be awesome. So like sometimes if you give, and I'm the same way because I help other bands with graphic design and flyers and sometimes album art as well. And the more you try to give them, the more you're kind of pigeonholing them.
Yeah.
And I think the less sometimes you can give somebody, it lets them do what they do best. So I try to just like pick the right artist and put the trust in them to do the thing that we asked and
let them do their thing. Yeah.
But so far it's worked out,
Yeah.
And there's been a few that like I tried to have an artist do something and then we didn't really like the result and we just won't use it. It'll be in the archives or maybe we'll use it later for a flyer or something less, dire. It is, it's not going to be the album art, but it might be like a flyer later on or something. But yeah.
Are you ever surprised, like hopefully pleasantly, but do you ever get into a situation where they come up with something that's totally not what you had in mind, but it's so good that you're like, yeah, let's go with it?
Yeah, totally. Actually our album cover for From the Murky Depths, it was our second EP. I actually commissioned an NFT artist because at the time, like right during the pandemic, that NFT movement with art was going crazy.
Yeah.
And this guy really didn't want to do just regular commission work because they were making way more money putting it on like OpenSea as an NFT and then selling it for like thousands of dollars. So, but I found this guy. He's from Washington State and he was just like, yeah, okay, I'll try this. And I gave him a bunch of ideas and he came up with this like monstrosity of like a deep sea diver helmet with like all these various sea life, like eels and fish and everything. And it's all like in this one, you go out there and look at it, but it's I could have never like given him that as a direction. He just was like, all right, here's your album cover. And I'm like, this is so cool. All right, we're running with it.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah,
very
sometimes, it's awesome to be surprised.
Yes.
Because
Yeah. Excellent. And then do you all have to agree on it, right? Like once you've got the art, like everyone, do you ever have a situation where maybe one of you isn't quite feeling it? Like, I don't know, I'm not sure.
I think we've ever had that.
No.
Yeah.
We're all pretty much on the same boat with a lot of stuff. It's really just a matter of working together.
Yeah.
And when you do it well, like we've done for 3 straight years now, it's almost too easy. We write new songs quickly. When Seth comes up with an idea for something like art-wise, we're like, hey, can you make it green? All right, cool, perfect, there it is.
Yeah.
And, lyrics are something we goof around with, and it's just simple. We get together, we have fun, we write stuff that,
Fun
we
is the
want to
key.
write.
Yeah, I think that's
fun
the
is
key,
the key to getting the forward progression that we have had for the last 3 years. It's just, we have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll see us on stage. We're goofing off. We're being stupid. But we're having fun, and we're playing the music.
Well, he is, but I'm being totally serious.
You're
Really?
completely serious. Nothing but serious. It's straight faced, straight laced all the time.
We're serious in terms of like practicing and making sure that like, we can play well, we can deliver well. We're on time. We're that band that's like, we're like the considerate ninjas of like load in, load out. Like want to make sure that like the night runs good and like we're professionals, but at the same time when we're up there we're gonna have a blast. We're gonna have fun. So yeah,
that's really cool. And when it's easy like that, where you're all on the same page and it's nobody's arguing, that's hold on to that because that's great. And
that's to do, man.
That's when you've really got something, when everyone's moving in the same direction and it's not hard, it's not contentious, it's just no anxiety. That's fantastic. So you guys are definitely on the right track. Speaking of tracks, I think we should play another one. What should we play next? And then we'll talk some more.
Why are you always pointing at me? No. Honestly, I think a really good one to play would be Majesty. It's one we've been really hitting off with live. It's a fun track. That's to kind of talk about Tempest real quick. This whole album was a really different direction for us as a band. Braggadocio was a very fun song that we always write fun stuff, and this album happened to be a little bit darker, hence the name Tempest, and the artwork's a little bit darker in color, and the lyrics are all a little bit darker in style. But Majesty is about friends who aren't really friends. They're kind of backstabbing jerks that come back into your life, and they're like, hey, buddy, let's be friends again. It's like, the last time you were around, I lost my cat, my car got stolen, and I somehow was negative $300 in my bank account. Okay, let's see how this burns me again. So it's talking about people that just kind of shaft
when
you.
I lose my cat, man.
Yeah.
No way. No
way, man.
I agree.
I never know where I put that thing.
Well, let's give this a spin. If you are just joining us, we've got the members of Trawl here with us live in studio, and this is called Majesty. As I like to say, if that doesn't get you moving, check your pulse. You might be dead. I love that. That is Majesty. The band is Trawl. We've got Trawl here in the studio with us. And, yeah, that's another great track. And well done, guys. Well done. Where do you record, by the way? Everything sounds really great. Where do you... I'm always...
It's all pre-recorded. It's actually not even us.
It's just all AI.
Is it all AI?
Yes, totally.
It is pretty amazing what you can do now with AI.
With Tempest, we actually kind of piecemealed this together. We're big supporters of things that help things. That's the whole point of what we're doing, is just try to be positive in this dark world. And Adam actually was able to win from
Seth won
Seth won it. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Adam used it, but we got some studio time at Halo Studios up in Maine.
Yeah.
Because the Markathon, Mark Curto up in CYY it benefits the Center for Grieving Children.
Okay.
So Seth won studio time for Halo, bidding on that. So we went up and said, Adam, you have studio time. Let's go do 5 songs. You've got, a day. And he did it in not even a day.
No kidding.
Crushed it. And with the guitars and bass, we actually do it in-house because Uncle Justy over here owns the Cold Northeast Studios.
Oh, no kidding.
So we have our own little situation in there where we're able to, piecemeal together the guitars and make them sound, like guitars and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Justin does a great job. He's going to downplay himself, but he does a fantastic job when it comes to recording that stuff. Because you said you'd buy me a hot dog later.
Nice.
But then that was all in-house with guitars. And then vocals, we actually worked with John Wyman. I believe This Sounds Good.
Yep.
Is his website
This Sounds
company.
Good LLC.
Oh.
Yeah. He's an amazing person to work with.
He's a little busy right now. He's working with this small band called The Pretty Reckless.
Yeah.
Oh, that name came up this morning on the show when I was talking to Awaiting Abigail.
Oh,
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
It was funny. He was like, "I've got a few weeks before I have to go to New York to record with the Pretty Reckless," and we're like, "Yeah, we'll come in and do vocals." So
Yeah.
I did 5 sessions and worked with him, and it was just amazing because he was sitting there. He's like, "How do you feel about that?" And I didn't realize until after they'd talked about the Wyman effect with the vocals, and it's basically he's going to make you realize you wanted to do something, but it was his idea, and it was perfect because everything he came up with that helped me push past where we'd been before, it's what needed to be there.
No
and
kidding.
then,
Seth and I have worked with him for years. We did anytime that I was in Loki, all the Loki records were done by Wyman. So we already knew like his style, and he has a good producer has a way of just pulling that little extra out of you. Mm-hmm. And he's just always been great with that. So we've gotten the chance to work with him before, and we're like, Sean, we want to give you a little taste of that.
Yeah.
So
having that opportunity was fantastic. I highly recommend, if he has the time, people like book him to do your vocal, anything.
Yeah.
Record anything. He's fantastic.
It's funny because he has a psychology degree, and one day I asked him, like, how does that actually play out in music? He goes, more often than you think.
Oh, I bet.
And then
I bet it does.
After coming out of a session, you're like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was piecemeal together, and then we had him mix it, and then Pat Keane mastered it for us for this new album. So it's a lot of it, actually, I think almost all of it has been in-house except for the last couple. We've gone a little bit outward.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah, it all sound. I mean, the final product sounds great.
Thank you.
Really, really good. Absolutely. Do you sell? You brought us a couple of physical copies. Do you sell those at shows? And
absolutely.
The thing that's I was talking to, I forget who it was now. It's probably a conversation I've had with a lot of guests, but there seems to be, I feel like in the last 5 or 6 years, kind of a newfound focus on physical media, because I've been interviewing bands on the radio for a very long time, and there was definitely a period where nobody was doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it was like everything was digital, or there was even a period where, and I'm glad this has passed, but there was a time when, so everyone would release everything digitally, but they would show up. This was before I was at WMNH, but they would show up with a CD. They'd do the classic, not even in a case, just hand you a CD
slip,
with
yeah,
a Sharpie marker,
yeah.
and or sometimes not even a slip, like on a finger.
Yeah,
here you go. It's like, wow, that's
Good
super.
luck not scratching that.
Yeah, exactly. Although we do actually, so here we have a CD player. I think Rob has a Vito who hosts a show here called Granite State of Mind on Friday nights. I think he's the only one who uses it, but we do have one. And we even have a turntable here now.
Yeah.
One of the guys who hosts the show here brought it in, and he said, whoever wants to use it can. So, so that's pretty cool. But and vinyl too. Like there seems to be a new focus on vinyl.
Oh, they're all about the vinyl.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
and so getting a little circumvent there, like a big thing for us has always been physical first, then digital.
Yeah.
And some friends of ours that do a podcast actually noticed that Day to Remember just recently did the exact same thing, where they released all the physical stuff for their album and then said, in a month, you can have the digital.
Oh.
And they were like, you guys kind of did that first. And it's like, I mean, we like physical stuff. Seth and I are huge into vinyl and collect. Like, I had a huge CD collection up until recently, and
I still have one.
yeah, he still has one. I mean, you still use an iPod to hold your music. So
Wow.
But the physical part's always been huge for us because I grew up going to CD and record stores, buying as much CDs as I could.
Yep.
And then, like, my parents being like, where are you going to keep all this crap? You have, like, 300 CDs in your bedroom, and you have, like, 2 milk crates that are just overflowing. It's like, I don't care. I need CDs.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing, was physical. Seth and I have always talked about we want to make sure we do it right by what we would want when we were kids, because I know as a kid growing up, if I got a new CD, that was my world for like
That was
2
the-
months.
Absolutely.
That was
yeah.
the greatest thing ever.
Half of the enjoyment of the music was sitting there and like opening up the CD.
Oh,
and looking
yeah,
at the
totally.
artwork
Yeah.
and reading the lyrics.
Totally.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Smell,
been
too.
an
They
important
had a
part
smell.
for us, and
Yep.
also got to shout out Bull Moose Music, because Bull Moose has carried all of our EPs. I know that there's one down here, and there's one in Portsmouth. I think there's one in Keene. But yeah, they're there's I think 10 record stores, and they've carried our stuff for the entire time, and it's been huge. We all grew up buying records there, and yeah, we have some of us have big vinyl collections as well, and
Well, okay, you have a big vinyl collection. I have like 30 or 40. You've got way more than me. So
yeah,
I have a
it's
little
getting kind
vinyl
of out of
collection.
control, but so I'm big into the vinyl, but eventually for us, it's a goal, it's a dream. I'd love to press something on vinyl, even if it's kind of like a collected piece or
It's an interesting idea.
yeah.
We've played around with the idea for a while now with kind of not even like a greatest hits, just we've done so far 4 EPs, and it's like we could take a couple songs off each of them, and we've played around with like calling it like the Chum Bucket and other things to just kind of make it like this is a vinyl, because Seth's pressed vinyl before with one of his previous vans. And I've never had that opportunity, and it's like, I wouldn't mind my own vinyl. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of this ultimate rite of passage, I think, because I mean, for the longest period of the recorded music industry, vinyl was king, and then you had your CD era in the 90s and early 2000s. But it's just a lot of music, that's the format that it was created to be on.
Yep.
And
nothing sounds better.
So
than
there
vinyl.
is a kind of a rite of passage to it.
So
know?
we're hoping to get that soon. I say soon, but we're hoping to do that at some point in the near future, as long as Adele and Taylor Swift don't mess that up and buy all the vinyl in the world.
Right,
another,
right.
The pressing
2
plants.
years.
Yeah.
It's hard to get in the schedule.
Just be Jack White sitting in a back room in Nashville.
Yes.
No, guys, it's still good.
Very cool. And then, so what's kind of the? This has been out for a little while, right? Or how long has this been out, Tempest?
So we released that in October of last year, October 2024.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So not too long. So do you have? Are you already planning for the next one, or are you still?
We have already started writing.
We're writing.
Yeah.
Writing
yeah,
right
yeah.
now, yeah.
We've got some fun stuff. We always kind of find ourselves in these situations when we're writing that, what are we listening to and what's kind of driving us into certain directions. And honestly, we got this new song called Autumn in a Car that I can't wait for people to hear it.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I love the way we've written it and put it together. We have another one that we're working on that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we're working our way around building it properly, and we just had practice past Thursday night, and we kind of pieced together 2 songs that are in the beginning stages that I think they'll definitely end up on the next EP or album.
I think writing for us never really stops.
Yeah.
It's just a perpetual thing. And then at some point we're like, all right, we got enough. Let's fine tune these 5 and stick them out.
Yeah.
But we can be working on those and still end up coming up with more riffs. And it's like, oh, we'll just save that for the
Just
next
hold
record.
that,
Right,
put a pin in it.
So the 4 EPs that we have been every year. So 2021 was Shark Pinata, 22 was From the Murky Depths, 23 was Cosmic Aquatic, and then 24 was Tempest. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be able to do the 5th one in this physical year. We'll see.
I
We'll see how
think
quickly the writing
I
goes.
would
Maybe
say
a big
maybe
Christmas record?
but
Yeah, it might be
we
a
could do
Christmas
just
album.
Christmas
Yeah.
songs.
It might be a very Trawl Christmas. Who knows?
Oh yeah. There you go.
Very sharky Christmas.
Very sharky Christmas. Yeah.
right.
Roasting on an open fire.
Well, we should play another one. What do you guys want to play next? We'll hear another studio track here.
Sell.
We'll hear Sell.
So yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this one earlier. What should we know about this before we hear it? Anything?
I always thought it was going to be like the radio hit.
Really?
Like, I thought it was the closest we've come to like a standard format.
It's pretty solidly there. It's
A little bit
this
less
song-
heavy. Yeah.
It's a bit less heavy. It is, again, like I said before, the music for this album and lyrical content was a lot darker. So this one is about a lot of people in this world know this. Somebody cheating on you with their cell phone, and you're laying in bed. You just got home from a 15-hour shift, and you lay down, and you're like, "Why are they on their phone? It's 3 a.m. What is going?" And that's the whole thing is somebody using their cell phone to be a dirtbag, to not be a good person, and it stinks.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, this will be relatable for a lot of people, no doubt. Well, let's give this a spin. If you are just joining us, we have Trawl here with us in studio, and this is called Sell.
I see the light of your phone, brighten up the night. Seeing all of those words
that is called Jaws. The band is Trawl, and that is really, really good. I can see where you guys would think, this might be a radio hit because it's catchy as hell. Really good.
Thank
really
you very
good.
much.
And relatable, lyrics as we were talking about before. So,
It's all that good '90s music we grew up listening to.
oh yeah, no doubt, absolutely. So what's next for you guys? Like, what's kind of the short term or the long term
Lunch?
future?
Oh, no.
Well, that's right. He owes you a hot dog, right?
Yes.
Well, longer term.
I mean, we're just going to keep grinding away at what we're doing. We're having fun writing music together. We're doing just what we want to do. And it's weird to say that as a band because we've all been in bands where it's like, okay, just keep working, just work. And it's like, this isn't work anymore. It's fun. We go to practice. We hang out for a bit, talk about crap. And then we write these great songs that we have fun writing and recording. And I think, we've got a really good slew of shows this year set up.
This is definitely the year of the shows for us.
Definitely, I think it's shaping up to be probably our busiest year ever.
Nice.
In terms of shows. We were just getting going before the pandemic. We had like one solid year to really play. Yeah. And then from then, it was kind of a gradual, slow climb back to normal.
Yeah.
Playing shows, but this year is shaping up to, we're taking on a good amount of shows and not necessarily because we've had the honor of doing some bigger stuff. We've opened for some cool national acts and things, but this year it's really been a lot about our own shows. Building our own shows and figuring out kind of our way to be sustainable. No matter if we're playing at a big room or a small room with a killer PA sound system or like barely any sound system, just learning how to be, work together as a team and be super sustainable. And
not only that, just focus on having fun. That's the big thing.
It's
Every
fun.
show we've played this year, it's just the main priority. Like, yes, there's 4 people here. Just have fun.
Yep.
Just have fun because guess what? 4 people or 4,000 people, if you put on the same show and have fun, everyone will know it and feel it. And we've had shows in recent memory that were like, yeah, there is 4 people here. So this is a really fancy practice, but we're just going to still have fun with it because if I'm not putting my all on the stage, I know people will notice it.
Right.
And Adam will definitely feed off of my energy and I feed off of his and Justin. We all feed off of each other when the songs start going and our sample pad hits and we hear like the intros we use and all the sound effects.
Say what again?
Yeah, we have. We get into this groove and we can like look at each other and it's just like this, almost like a crap eating grin where you're just like, yeah, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah,
and it's just you look at each other and then it's like, there it goes.
Yep.
And again, having fun, it relaxes you when you're on stage. I know we've had shows where we've traveled like 2 hours to get there.
Yeah.
It's stressful. You're driving for 2 hours and you don't know if anything's going to show up. And then all of a sudden you look out there and you're like, wow, there's a lot of people here. And, oh, there's our sound effect. It's rolling. And I look back at Adam and he's just smiling. And then I look at Seth and he's got the same smile on. And Justin just looks at me like, don't fall on my stuff.
More like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Please.
And then we get going and it's fun.
Yeah.
We have fun. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
No, that's great. That's the key. That's the key, right? What should people know about where to find you guys online and where's the best place to go?
So best place to go, trawlband.com. It's got everything, all of our links to all of our social media.
It's a good website, by the way. I'm a
much.
web design nerd.
Awesome.
I pay a lot of it. I'm like the guy from Raw, except I critique websites. But no, but it's a good site because I say that because there's a lot of musicians, as I'm sure you guys know, have terrible websites, and it's like, oh my God, what are you doing?
They throw it together.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's the best hub to go. We're also on all the sites out there. Everything from like the Spotify and your Apple Music and your Bandcamp and then we're out there brick and mortar record stores as well. All the Moose outlets. So come
find us on all the social medias.
Yeah, find us.
Yep. We love hanging. We love talking with people. We make friends like Nate Dogg.
Shout out Nate.
Shout out Nate Dogg. But
Nate Hill.
We love interacting with people and just hit us up. We love talking to people. If you find our music and you dig it, let us know. We love to hear it because it makes us feel like we did right by going, hey, this was fun to write. And then somebody's like, that song's really cool. It's like, okay, we didn't mess this one up.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
He likes it. Mike, he likes it.
Well, listen, I want to thank all four of you for coming in. This has been great. Sean, Adam, Seth, Justin, thank you all.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming all this way, too. That's, it's a little bit of a haul in the rain, so I really appreciate you guys. And we will, of course, close out the segment with, let's see, what SOS. That's the one we have not played yet.
Mm-hmm.
And what should we know about this one? Anything?
There's the deep one.
This is the second deep one I'd say on the album. The one track that I think you mentioned you might play later is called Nova. That one's for loss. If you've ever lost anyone, family, friend, pet, it's not meant to be happy. We'll save that for the next time we come down here to talk with you, Matt.
Okay.
But SOS is written from a very dark place of my own, and honestly, the one thing I will say about this song is, if you need help, ask for help.
Yes.
Whether it's mental, financial, religious, it doesn't matter. There are people in this world who will talk to you, who will listen to you, who will help you.
Yep.
And if you don't ask for help, what are you doing? You're messing yourself up. You're not getting the energy that you need in your life to be a good person, to go further and maybe change somebody else's life.
Yes.
I know from writing the lyrics to this song, I was in a very bad place, and honestly, I don't remember who it was in the band, but somebody sent me a message, and it just changed. It flipped the switch, and
that was me telling you I was going to get you a hot dog.
There it is. It was the hot dog talk.
Boom, that's all you needed was a hot dog.
But it changed perspective and gave me a new focus to keep my head above ground. And honestly, if it weren't for these guys, these are my best friends. If it weren't for these guys, I wouldn't be here. And this song is my way of saying, if you need help, please, for the love of whoever you pray to, it doesn't matter, ask.
Yeah.
There are priests, there are psychologists, there's your best friend, there's your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your dog, your cat.
Your bartender,
your bearded dragon, or the urn that's on your mantle that is your great-grandmother.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody, because getting that help can change your entire world. Mm-hmm. And you may end up doing something that changes somebody else's world that keeps them here. And that person, who knows, they could cure cancer. They could be the next president. They could be, who knows.
Right.
But if you don't ask for help, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, and it's not okay.
Yep.
So talking is huge, and mental health is a big thing that is still stigmatized negatively.
Absolutely.
So if
Totally.
you have, even here, I'll say it right now, if you want to talk to us, we'll listen. Hit us up on all our social medias. Send us an email. We'll talk with you.
We've done it a lot too. You know, people have reached out, and it's something that like I'm proud of. That, like, you know, since this song has come out, we've had a lot of people kind of reach out to us.
Wow.
And
some good friends of ours have reached out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that aspect of it. Like, please reach out to us. We'd love to talk, you know, with you about anything. It doesn't have to be about deep stuff. It could just be like, talk about our favorite music or whatever.
I had a terrible day. My car broke down.
Exactly,
like, we'll talk about you.
Yeah.
So come to a show and talk to us, because that's even better. Because then if you need a hug because you're feeling depressed enough that you might try to do something, I'll hug the crap out of you. I'll stand there all night and drink Pepsi and hug you.
I'm Hugs Bunny.
Yeah, Hugs Bunny right there. We want people to be here, because not only are you here, but you can make a difference in this world, whether it's positive, negative. You might change the whole perspective of somebody's life.
Yeah.
If you just take 1 second to send a text message, a phone call, an email, drive 20 minutes to your grandmother's house and see how she's doing. Sit down with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? You're making somebody's day better, and it could be your day.
Yeah.
So ask for help. That's what I'm saying.
No, very, very well said. I love it. I absolutely love it. Awesome. Well, now I'm especially excited to play this. So, guys, thank you again. And if you are listening live on Saturday, we've got Mike Frazier coming up next. But we will close out this segment with this. This is SOS. The band is Trawl. And thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
monsters tonight. Blasting and burning inside out. Time in the cold helps them win. Why couldn't I ask for help? Why was I selfish? Why did I hurt them? Why didn't I show the pain? Where do I go from here? Why can't I be normal? Why do I hurt? Why do we hurt? And why aren't we normal? I want help! I need help! Please! I'm feeling alone, and I feel so empty. I need some help! I'm feeling alone. I feel so empty. I needed some help. I'm feeling alone. I feel so empty. I need some I'm needing your I'm asking for I'm pleading for Well, I woke up that day with a lot of light and hope inside me. I didn't think that would be the single hardest day of my entire life. The choices were made, and we resigned ourselves to nothing but pain. I held you until the sun finally set in your eyes. Time will heal these wounds, and the sun will rise again. But you're not coming home, so I'm crying. And I miss my friend. I'm gonna see you again. Well, I miss my friend. I'm gonna see you. It hurts me just to say this, and I know that I'll hurt today. But I'm gonna sit here and stare at the stars. I am looking so hard till I find your eyes in the Oh, how my heart broke that day, just like sands poured in the seas. I still feel you beside me when I try to lay down and go to sleep. 10 years may be a long time, but it just wasn't long enough for you and me. A chill embraced my heart when yours ceased to beat, and now I struggle just to find relief. And I miss my friend. I'm gonna see you again. Well, I miss my tell, I will move along in this cold, cold world. I will search 10,000 lifetimes and 10,000 more just to hold you. I do not let a single day go by without your memory